We absolutely ripped West Ham apart at the London Stadium. 5-1, clinical, ruthless, and yes, we look like the real deal. This is not a fluke. This is precision, intensity, and balance. The kind of performance that tells the rest of the league, don't sleep on us. So today we break down every moment that mattered. The tactical tweak Maresca made, why Joao Pedro and Leon Delap matched so well together, how Caicedo bossed the midfield, and what these results mean for our season. But before we get into all that, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been rocking with me for a while, you know the drills. We're on the road to 10k subscribers. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anytime we upload. Let's dive into it. We set the tone early, aggressive, composed, and with real tactical clarity. Graham Potter's side thought they could have a go, but quarter strike proved they would test us. But after that goal, it was all about Chelsea. We didn't just win, we dominated the phases of the game that mattered. Set piece, transition, and the final thought. This is the exact kind of performance that turns it and make neutrals start counting our name when they start talking about title race. Before the kickoff, there were a couple of talking points. Our starting 11: Sanchez in goal, Gusto, Chalobah, Tosin, Cucurella across the back, Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer in the midfield, Neto, Joao Pedro, Leon Delap up front. But late drama in the warm-up saw Cole Palmer ruled out and replaced by Estova. As the club confirmed, as the manager explained afterwards, in the last 4-5 days he was not 100%. In the warm-up we felt something and we didn't want to take any risk. We can't sugarcoat it. Losing Palmer at the warm-up could have disrupted our rhythm, but the way we adapted speaks volume about the depth and the mentality in this squad. This is where Enzo Maresca's fingerprints were all over the performance. We saw a team that wanted to play with high tempo, fluid attacking structure, but with a rigid defense discipline. The balance between attack and cover was near perfect. Two strikers complemented each other. Joao Pedro and Leon Delap linked brilliantly. One drop and create, the other occupied the central channels. Enzo told the press, Joao with us can play in 5 positions up front. Winger behind the striker, as a number 9 behind the striker is his best position. He can play in all attacking position for us. That quote explained why Joao Pedro fits so well into this front line. His versatility gives us tactical flexibility and allows the lab to stay central and lethal. Midfield balance. Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez provided stability, progression, and defensive cover, allowing the front line to rotate and press. Set piece improvement. We struggled with dead ball goals last season, but not today. 3 of our goals came from set piece, chaos, and precision. That's a coaching success and a mentality shift. We asked the manager about the bold selection choices and the formation. He didn't hold back on the message: adaptability and player rules. Joao can give us a different option. Liam, we know, is a central striker. They can play together as 2 strikers. With Joao Pedro playing around out wide, we can try to adapt as much as possible to the squad we have, and hopefully we can do both well. On the wider attacking identity, when we attack in play generally, that must have really excited you. The fluidity, yes, but you need balance. You need Caicedo, you need Enzo Fernandez, you need Trev, Tosin, Cucurella, Malo. So the attacking players are important, but at the same time, also the defensive players. And from West Ham perspective, Graham Potter won ahead of the match. It will take a huge effort against Chelsea, a good performance, and a bit of luck. We are playing against a talented team, so we have to have a good balance between attack and defense and give everything. We need to call out the honesty in Graham Potter's pre-match too. He knew he was facing a team with real attacking threats. Now, while this result was a positive for us overall, we need to stop and talk about the real difference makers in this match, and we are starting with William Estova. At just 18 and 120 years old, Estova became the youngest player to register an assist for Chelsea in the Premier League history, a record breaker on his very first Premier League start. And when you look at the game by numbers against West Ham, you start to see why he was given man of the match. 41 touches, 14 passes in the final third, 5 duel wounds, 5 touches in the opposition box, 3 tackles, 2 out of 3 take-on completed, 1 chance created, 1 shot, 1 assist. That was an incredible debut from a teenager who was meant to be easing his way into English football. Looking at his heat map, it was clear he was heavily involved down the right-hand side, constantly asking questions of West Ham defense. Enzo Maresca himself was quick to both praise and challenge him, saying he needs to adapt. He needs to make many mistakes to understand how the Premier League is different in the Brazil. We considered after he did that flick, he needs to understand, but he's a fantastic player. That's classic Maresca. He's not here to overprotect young players. He's here to demand more from them, and in return, accelerate their growth. Estova might have made a risky flick that let us concede it, but also created a moment of pure magic that turned the game in our favor. And let's not forget, he wasn't just flair. He worked hard defensively too, winning tackles, tracking back, contributing to our pressing shape. That's why he stood out, not just as a skillful winger, but as a complete modern attacker who buys into the team philosophy. For us fans, the most exciting thing is that he's doing it at just 18. Heavy on that right wing, breaking records, already delivering decisive contribution. Then imagine what he will do when he finally adapts to the Premier League. This was the first proper glimpse of why we brought Trevoh to Chelsea, and he's already looked like someone who can be a game winner in big moments. But speaking of Brazilian magicians, after a disappointing debut against Crystal Palace, this was the perfect response. I said before the game that I was expecting a João Pedro masterclass, and that's exactly what we got. A 9.7 rating performance. Talk about a way to bounce back. Let's break down João Pedro's game number against West Ham. 21 out of 25 passes completed, 9 duel wins, 6 area duel wins, 4 touches in the opposition box, 3 shots, 2 chances created, 2 assists, 1 goal. That's elite. His first ever Premier League goal for Chelsea, and his first assist in the league as well, all in one match. Now for me, as much as Trevoh made history and absolutely lit up the right hand side, João Pedro was our own man of the match. Why? Because he did everything you want from a modern striker. He wasn't just there to score. He dropped deep to link play. He fought for us in duels. He held the ball up, he made runs in behind, and when the chances came, he delivered with real quality. His goal showed composure, his assists showed vision, and his overall presence gave us a proper focal point up front. We have spoken so many times about how Chelsea lacks a clinical striker in recent years. Well, João Pedro showed us in this game that he has the potential to be that guy. So yes, Trevoh might have grabbed the headline, but for me, João Pedro was the difference maker, who made sure we turned dominance into goal. A complete centre-forward display. And if he keeps this level up, he's going to win us a lot of points this season. We cannot talk about difference makers without mentioning Mr. Consistency himself, Moises Caicedo. This game was his 100th appearance for Chelsea across all competition. Think about that for a second. Since his debut season in 2023-2024, he's made the most appearances and the most starts of anyone in our squad. That tells you everything you need to know about how important he is to us. And against West Ham, he reminded us all why we call him our engine, dropping an 8.4 rating in midfield. Here is the game by numbers. 90 minutes played, 1 goal scored, 1 shot on target, 86 touches, 92% pass accuracy. That's dominance. He controlled the tempo, broke up play, and even got himself on the score sheet. Talking about Caicedo almost feels like repeating myself at this point, because week in, week out he delivers. Whether it's putting out fires defensively, carrying us through the midfield, or recycling possessions so we can build attack, his influence on this team is beyond words. Credit where is due. This is a player I have battered countless times in the past, but this time I love being proved wrong. Let's discuss about Pedro Neto's performance in this match. He dropped a 7.4 rating, playing the full 90 minutes, and most importantly, he got himself on the score sheet. 1 goal, 45 touches. And when you look at his heat map, it tells you the full story. Neto was potent on both fronts. That's the kind of versatility and unpredictability we have been crying out for. He stretched West Ham defense in wide areas, kept their fullback guessing, and gave us balance in attack. One moment he's drifting left, cutting inside to cause problem. The next he's spinning their right side and forcing them back. And this is where I hold my hands up. I have criticized Neto for being inconsistent, for not impacting game enough, but today he silenced me. This was the version of Neto we need to see more often. Direct, confident, and clinical. So credit where is due. Neto deserves his flowers. If he keeps performing like this, we all will be talking less about his past inconsistency and more about how he becomes a crucial part of this Chelsea attack. And we can't end this video without talking about Jehovah boy, Trevoh Chalobah. Alongside Tosin, he was absolutely solid today. Yes, a bit shaky at start, but once he settled in, he showed why he was such an important player for us. He dropped a 7.6 rating in 69 minutes on the pitch, and his numbers can back it up. 6 out of 7 duel won, 7 possession won, 3 clearance, 2 tackles, 1 shot, 1 goal, and not a single foul conceded. That's a defender's dream performance. He didn't just defend well, he contributed massively going forward. That goal, his first Premier League goal for Chelsea since February 2024 against Tottenham, came at a crucial time in this game and lifted the whole stadium. What I love about Chalobah today was his composure. West Ham tried to target him early, but he grew stronger as the match went on, winning duels, stepping up when we needed him, and keeping things tidy at the back. And when you have got a defender like Chalobah stepping up with a goal, It spreads the responsibility across the team. It's not just on the attackers to deliver. This is the kind of mentality we need if we want to compete at the top again. This win isn't just 3 points, it's a statement. Top of the table for now, 4 points in 2 games, and most importantly, identity. Maresca is building a side that can press, rotate, and finish. We showed depth when we lost Palmer in the warm-up. We showed ruthlessness and efficiency on set piece, something that will pay dividends over the long season. Expect us to be a weekly talking point now. Opponents will plan for Joao Pedro versatility and Delap physicality. We will need to maintain this intensity and keep the clean sheets. But today's performance gave us the right kind of momentum. And with that said, that's the video right there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Go be.